Hello my dears, it's Katie and I'm here today to talk to you about all of the books that I got for the holidays, or all of the books that have been sent to me or given to me by people recently. So for those of you who don't know this about me, I actually have two Christmases. I have, of course, the Christmas that is celebrated on December 25th, but then I also have a Christmas that is celebrated on January 7th. For those of you kind of confused by that, Christmas on the 25th is just like the normal, but then I'm Serbian Orthodox as well, so we celebrate Christmas 13 days later. So that's why I have two, because I am all of the things. But I also want to mention that I got a book from a friend back in, I don't know, it must have been October, and I never talked about it. Shelby for giving me The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden in physical copy. She sent this to me after all of the bar shenanigans finished, and I just never talked to you guys about the fact that she sent this to me. So thank you so much for sending this to me, Shelby. I really appreciate it, and sorry this is a very late proper thank you, but I have already read this. I'm planning on doing a reread of it at some point. So my college friends and I, we do a Secret Santa every year, and this year I ended up getting a bookish gift, and I'm really excited about this actually. Some people might be like, why? But I am in love, and I got a Balrog Pop Funko from my friend. And the funny thing about this is, first of all, I'm a huge Tolkien fan, like we know this about me, but second of all, I've never had a Pop Funko. Like this is my first Pop Funko ever, and I love him. And so he just kind of chills on my bookshelf up in the corner over there, and he's just the best. I'm so glad that I have him. Also, my parents so kindly got me some new bookends because I needed some desperately. They're always in use. And I needed some extra ones. So they're these geode bookends. I'll show you in another video because they're kind of hard to show right now and they are being used. Otherwise I would take one off the shelf to show you. But they're blue and rock looking, and I love it so much. It's reminiscent of my trip to Oregon this past October, and I just am so glad that I got those. I actually, this is probably another random fact you guys didn't know about me, but I love geology. I find it absolutely fascinating, and just, yeah, rocks and nature, I actually am really interested in and really enjoy it when I can get a chance, but with the way that things have been going lately, I haven't had much of a chance to do anything in that realm. But now, getting into the other books that I got for Christmas, starting with the 25th of Christmas stuff. The first thing that I got was from Kara, and she so kindly sent me Frostheart by Jamie Littler. I have been dying to read this book ever since November or October, which is kind of around the time when I started hearing about all of the Believe in the Impossible readathon stuff, and this was the group book and everyone was reading it, and I was like, I want that book. Well, so I put it on my wish list, and Kara so kindly sent it to me for Christmas, and just thank you so much, Kara. I can't wait to hopefully read this very soon, since it is in the middle of winter and we've just got a lovely snowfall. This would be probably a perfect atmospheric read, and I can't wait to dive in and read it. Oh, as I said, hopefully soon. So thank you so much for sending this to me. Two books from Shelby. She's sent me two ebooks, so I'll of course put the pictures up here. But the first ebook that she sent me is The City of Islands, and I have been dying to read this book since I first saw it, honestly. It looks so lovely and whimsical, and it's like a water thing, and I am very much a water centric person, and just thank you so much for sending that one to me. I can't wait to pick that one up also, hopefully soon. I say all these things all the time and then I never follow through, so like hold me accountable. I'm gonna say I'm gonna read them soon. but watch, I just won't. Then the other book that Shelby sent me was The Children of Earth and Sky, and I've wanted to read this book for years now, and I am so excited that I finally have it and can hopefully read it soon. There she goes again, just gonna say it every single time, and I just can't wait because it's a book that has been on my radar for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's a standalone, which is really exciting because it's hard to find standalone fantasy these days, and I want it, and I can't wait to read it. Now getting into the gifts my parents got me, and my grandma. Probably a joint effort if I really sit back and think about it. But the first work I got is the complete novels of Jane Austen. For those of you who don't know, I'm participating in a Jane Austen read-along this year. I'm one of the co-hosts for the February read, which is Sense and Sensibility. You guys should all join in, whether you've read it or not. We'd love to have you. But I had only had a couple of Jane Austen's works prior to getting this. I'd only had Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, and Emma, all of which I had previously read, some more recently than others. I'm currently in the middle of Northanger Abbey, and I'm actually really thoroughly enjoying it. It's the first book that Jane Austen ever wrote, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But I got this lovely Barnes & Noble Collector's Edition, and as you can see, I'm in the middle of Northanger Abbey because it's, weirdly enough, it's towards the end of the book, and I hate that because I can't mark my progress on Goodreads properly. But anyway, I digress. I love this edition, and I'm just so excited to finally, hopefully, finish up Jane Austen's work this year because I've been working my way through them slowly. But I do want to mention one thing about this book that I don't love. If you are really into having historical notes and footnotes and things in your classics books, so you can have like better understanding of them and things, the bind-ups like this, the Barnes & Noble editions at least, I don't know about others, tend not to have historical notes in them, which I find very frustrating. So like part of me wants to just get all of the books individually, but I probably won't. If you're starting out and you've never read any Austen or work from this time period before, don't pick up this edition. Definitely get the ones with the historical notes in them because it definitely makes your reading experience different. So that's just my one little thing about these kinds of editions. As gorgeous and stunning and pretty as they are not the best if you want certain things from your reading experience. And then the other book that I got from my family for Christmas is the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. For those of you who don't know, I love Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. It's my favorite of the 7 novels. I mean, if we want to rank them. I actually did a ranking of them this past summer. I'd be interested to see if it changes. I'm hoping to do a reread of Harry Potter at some point in the near future. Who knows when it's going to happen. But I'm really, really glad to have this in my hands. And also, like, you guys might remember that I can be picky with illustrated editions of books, but you know, when I learned about Jim Kay and his journey with creating these illustrated editions, I couldn't help but want to support him because he's just a lovely, lovely person from the little that I've seen in like documentaries and specials done on like his creating of the Harry Potter series in illustrated editions. So I want to support him. And so I've been getting all of the editions, and this is the one that I'm most excited to get to whenever that happens. Now, getting on to the books that I got for myself for Serbian Christmas. We don't typically do a ton of stuff for Serbian Christmas. We haven't since I was a kid, but I usually get myself 1 or 2 books. Like last year I got myself The Winter of the Witch in ebook form because it just came out. This year I ended up getting myself 2 things. First one being The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. As you guys might know, I read this book back in December of last year, and I absolutely loved and adored it. If you haven't watched my December wrap-up yet, I definitely would recommend it because I go into depth about my thoughts on this book, kind of. I have a special, unique relationship with this book, and it's just became a really important book, and I wanted to have it in physical copy. So I'm really glad that I got this, or with a caveat. I was at Barnes & Noble with my mom and a friend of ours, and I wanted to get this. Like, I deliberately knew I was probably going to pick this up when I went. So my mom sort of got it for me, even though I got it for myself, if that makes any sense. Whatever. Then the second book that I got is actually the second book in that trilogy, and I did get that one in ebook form because I haven't read it yet. I'm not sure if I want it in physical form yet. And that is World Without End, also by Ken Follett, and it takes place in the same town that the first book took place in, but I think it's like a century or two later. It's more 14th century. It's plague time, so like, you know, I'm gonna be all over that. This book was 12th century England, and the second book is, as I said, I think 200 years later, so right around plague time and the time that they're coming out with new medication and just new medicine ideas and thoughts and things. And I'm just so excited to get to that one. I was just like, you know what? This book is going to be a priority for me. I am going to get it for myself so I can read it this year. So yeah, really excited to get to both of those, or get to that one, and at some point reread this one, and then I might tab it like I have been with my other books. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of these, whether I've read them or I'm planning on rereading them or just whatever I'm doing with them. I'm just really excited that I have all of these. And I want to thank both Kara and Shelby for sending me all of these things. And of course, thank my family for getting me things too. I really, really appreciate it. Even though you guys definitely don't have to get me anything, I never expect anything. It's always such a pleasant surprise. I do want to put a disclaimer out there. These are not the only books that I've gotten recently. These are only the books that I got as gifts, minus the one that I got for myself for serving Christmas because I wanted to. I periodically get books if they're like really, really cheap on Amazon, and then I collect them, but I'm probably going to stop talking about them, especially now that I'm starting a new kind of ish inventory system. We'll see what ends up happening, but yeah, no, I definitely got some other things, and if you're interested, definitely let me know. Maybe I will do a books I got recently or something video besides all the ones that I talked about here. That's about all I've got for you guys today. I'd be curious to know, what books did you get for the holidays, and if you have a video where you talk about the things that you received, whether it's from people or gifts wise. But other than that, you guys know the drill. I have all of my social media links down below in the description, and I will catch you later in another video if you guys get in soon. Bye!